Yeah, Mr. Ariola, how are you doing? Brandon Choi from Real Film News. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. First off, congratulations on everything that all the success that you've had thus far. With the film Arthur Newman. I guess I'll start by asking you how you came across this project, because understand that you came from a different venue. You came from the world of commercials. So what was it about Becky Johnson's screenplay that kind of like grabbed you to say, okay, this is the first film that I like to have as my first feature film?
Yeah, I mean, I think working in commercials. A lot of commercial guys have gone on to do all kinds of films. It's like Michael Bay does Armageddon, or Jonathan Glazer does Sexy Beast. I mean, there's been so many different guys that have come over, but I think the one thing that's nice is that you're working in one field, and then I think you really don't make it a science. It's just kind of you read a story that at that moment in time, for whatever reason, just kind of resonates with you, And I just kind of read a story, and it was about identity and trying to figure out who you are and as a person, but like in a way that I hadn't seen before. So it was kind of that simple.
Okay, all right. It kind of touches or kicks off the next question I have. In the film, the characters of Wallace and Mike, they seem to be, very nomadic in that, they're leaving or trying to leave their old life behind in search of a new one. And I feel that that's something that's, very much in us. So I suppose my question to you is, do you think that kind of like nomadic quality is an inherent part of our human nature, or, is it something that's developed, in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I think they become nomadic, so to speak, but I think it's really more kind of like speaks to like the idea of escapism, and in this case, escapism being literally taking on other people's identities. You know what I mean? I think
right.
That's something that like I'm sure everyone's like had like a split second daydream of. If I could just be this person, or I think that's kind of a universal theme. But this film kind of looks into I think people can take escapism.
Or kind of like the grass is that.
Far,
I was going to say like that concept of the grass being greener on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. Or just not really being aware of who you are. And I think in this case, like it's a great fun ride at first, but at the end of the day, with the way the story unfolds, it's like Arthur definitely is faced with how far you can take escapism before you kind of really look in the mirror and kind of figure out this time to kind of realize the life you actually have and just work with that. You know what I mean? And
right.
And that might be flawed, but at least it's like authentic.
Okay, all right. Following this film, what's next in your pipeline in terms of the next project that you'll be tackling following Arthur Newman?
Yeah, I'm doing another smaller film. It's an adaptation of a really kind of grisly 70s pulp novel, and
cool.
It couldn't be more different, but hopefully interesting in a completely different way. And I just want to kind of go down and try different things.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Ariola, and good luck with the next project that you're working on.